Hey everyone, it's Argonath here. Welcome to another episode. A very interesting story has come out yesterday. So let's have a look at this. Basically, the left eating the left, pretty much, is what's going on. So Netflix is accused of light washing after casting Zazie Beetz as historical figure Stagecoach Mary in Harder They Fall. So I think this is a image of this person here. So you can see that Zazie Beetz is not a white person, she's a person of colour. So let's have a look at why Netflix are being accused of light washing. Very interesting topic. So Netflix's decision to cast Deadpool 2 actress Zazie Beetz as the freed slave turned mail carrier and gunfighter Mary, Stagecoach Mary Fields, in the upcoming western The Harder They Fall has drawn accusations of light washing from social media critics. Of course, it has to be social media critics, all the weirdos on Twitter, that's where it's come from, who have taken issue with the fact that the upcoming film does not accurately portray the real world appearance of the historical figure. What could be the problem? Why is it not that she's not accurately portraying a historical figure? Let's read on. My interest is piqued. Directed by James Samuel and co-written by himself and Boaz Yakin, The Harder They Fall tells the fictionalized tale of revenge centered around real-world cowboy Nat Love's quest to reunite his gang of black Wild West icons and enact revenge against the murderer of his parents. One such member of the gang is Fields, portrayed as mentioned above by Beetz. Born into a life of American slavery around 1832, Fields was emancipated following the conclusion of the Civil War, before eventually securing work at the age of 60 as the country's first African American female star route mail carrier. Well, good on for her. So here's an image of Zazie Beetz in the actual movie and so on. But what could be the problem? Well, let's have a look. During her tenure as the mail carrier, Mary proved to be both fearless in the face of danger, carrying multiple firearms with her on her routes to stave off wild animals and robbers, and reliable, never missing one day of her route assignment. That's pretty awesome. That's a very strong female there, right? An historical figure, so that's pretty awesome. I don't care if she's black, white, or whatever. She did awesome feats and the mail got through, which is excellent. Eventually, her tenacious reputation, as well as her preferred option of travel, earned her the nickname Stagecoach Mary. So here's a picture of Stagecoach Mary. Yeah, it looks a little bit different. Maybe, a little bit bigger in size than this actress over here. Where's the picture gone? Here we go. So maybe the size is a little bit bigger, and she seems a little bit darker, but she's still African American, right? So what could they be complaining about? However, despite both Fields and Beetz being black, the latter's casting as the former was met with backlash from Twitter users. Of course, it has to be Twitter users. All the weirdos on Twitter. Get with it. Remember, Twitter is not the real world. Don't listen to people on Twitter. It's just a microcosm of weirdos and left-wing nut jobs. Backlash from Twitter users who felt that the film had done a disservice to the historical figure by portraying her as a more light-skinned than what she actually was. Not the fact that they were putting a white person instead of a black person, it's just, she wasn't black enough to play that particular character, even though you are an African American. That seems pretty racist to me. Are you saying that she's kind of a mixed race person? Are you being racist against mixed race people, you Twitter people? You are all a bunch of racists as well. You call white people racist, but you are racist. And I'm not white, by the way, just in case you're wondering. You all better not put that white woman on my screen. She's not white. Let's have a look at her. She is not white, right? These Twitter people are just nut jobs. They're complete weirdos. So yeah, you all picked a mutt that don't wash her, I think that means ass. What a racist thing to say. These Twitter people are absolute racist nut jobs. Stop tweeting us this pro-black shit. If you're going to keep colorism going in your films and shows, said this person, she is not plus size and she is not dark skinned. She should never have been cast. As much money as you all have over this constant colorism is ridiculous. So they're complaining about a black person of color who's not black enough playing a quite dark-skinned person, that's not enough for them, right? So they're just, we're going to come back to this in a minute. There's another point, we're going to come back to this point in a minute. Just wait till near the end of the recording. Interesting, a number of critics also took issue with Beetz herself, particularly with how she agreed to take the role despite being less than accurate to Field's historical appearance. When Netflix ain't got better to do, and Zazie Beetz knew better but chose not to do better when she took this role and ignored the implication. She's doing a friggin' job. She needs to earn money, right? She's not probably a well-known name or anything. She's been in some other series and so on, but maybe she needs the money. Maybe she needs work, right? You're not going to turn down work if you can get it, just because it doesn't look 100%. Just look at all of the characters we have in movies, and no one's going to look exactly the same as any of the people that they are actually portraying, right? Yeah, it just goes on. More about this Twitter bullshit. It's just a load of rubbish. So I'm not going to really go on to more than that. You can read through the article on Bounding into Comics if you really want to. They're just sticking into the role for that. With the outrage being directed at Netflix for this casting, one wonders if the same critics took issues with similar blackwashing of history as seen in projects such as Channel 5's Anne Boleyn series, that's in the UK, Legendary's graphic novel based on the life of 18th century boxer Elizabeth Wilkinson, or Netflix's Bridgerton. No, you don't hear these people complaining about these other things, right? Let's have a look at the Anne Boleyn series. This is based on a proper historical figure, Anne Boleyn, who was a queen. And I just pulled up some images of Anne Boleyn. So you can see all these images of Anne Boleyn. Yeah, she looks pretty white. Looks pretty white. Now look at the person who's playing her in the TV series. Somehow you don't look white. Right, here we go. Here's another one. So Anne Boleyn is white. This person is black. Nowhere near. She's not even a pale, slightly pale white, right? She is a black person of colour. Did these Twitter people get up in arms about that? No, they didn't, right? They don't give a shit when it goes the other way. But when it's against what they believe in, oh no, you got to get into it. Got to accuse people of racism. Got to accuse people of, fatism, I guess. It's just utterly ridiculous. They're such hypocrites, right? They are just absolute hypocrites. And just don't listen to these weirdos on Twitter. Just thought I'd bring that to your attention. An interesting article that came up. It just shows you how hypocritical all of the people on the left are. Basically, anything they say, you can assume they're just being hypocrites because they never believe in what they say. They want other people to do what they say, but they never want to do what they say. So where were all these people defending Anne Boleyn being white and being race changed into a black woman? So they were never there, right? You didn't hear any of that kind of stuff on Twitter. Just ridiculous. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you're welcome to give me a thumbs down. If you like my content, then please give me a subscription. It just helps my videos get noticed by the YouTube algorithm, and hopefully more people will find it. Okay, well that's it from me. Hopefully I will catch you in the next episode.